Last but not least, let's take a look at some equations of parallel and perpendicular lines. Remember that parallel lines have the same slope, while perpendicular lines have slopes that are opposite reciprocals. So here what we want to do is find the equation that runs through this point and is parallel to this line. Well, if it's parallel to that line, it means it has the same slope. So the only thing we need from that line is the slope. Well, the easiest way to get that is to put it in slope-intercept form. 2x plus 3y equals negative 6. Can be rewritten and our slope is negative 2/3. Once we have the slope and we have a point, we can use our point-slope formula. y1 is 4, x1 is also 4, and then we just need to rewrite it in standard form as we have before. Remember, standard form, ax plus by equals c. Let's get rid of the fraction first. We don't like fractions on standard form. Y minus 12 equals negative 2x minus 4. And then we can work on simplifying and grouping. And there's our standard form equation. We'll go ahead and do it again with another parallel line. We want to find our slope. We have our slope and we have our point, so we can use our point-slope form. Y minus y1 equals mx minus x1. This time we want it in slope-intercept form, so we just need to get y by itself. So we don't have to worry about getting rid of the fraction. We can keep it. We'll distribute, and we will subtract. And there's our equation in slope-intercept form. Now with perpendicular lines, they have opposite reciprocal slopes. And so notice this is the same equation that we had before over here. So the slope of this line is negative 2/3. Now in order to get an opposite and reciprocal slope, we need to change the sign. So we need to make it the positive. So it'll be a positive slope. And we're going to change places with the numerator and denominator to give us 3/2. And we can check that they're perpendicular because the product of their sums should equal -1. And in this case it does, because it's negative 6/6, which equals -1. So we're going to use the slope 3/2 for this new equation, and we're using the same point as we had before. So y minus y1 equals mx minus x1. We still have y minus 4, but now we're using the slope 3/2 so that it's perpendicular to our line. And then we're going to write it in function notation, which is the same as slope-intercept form, but with an f of x. So we simplify with distributive property, and we go ahead and add 4, and we go ahead and change the equation from y equals to f of x equals. And there's our equation in function notation. And again, same thing with a perpendicular line. This is the same equation that we had for b, with the slope of -3/4. So the perpendicular slope will be positive 4/3. It's perpendicular to -3/4. Y minus y1 mx minus x1. Again, we need to write it in standard form, so we will go ahead and get rid of our fraction by multiplying by 3. We can distribute. Move our variables to the same side and our constants to the opposite. And then we want to multiply everything by -1 so that x is positive. And there's our standard form.